Hi guys! For today's video, I will show you how to use this portable mini sewing machine. But first, what I like about this sewing machine is it is super easy to use, beginners friendly. Actually, this is what I use when I'm still learning how to sew. It is super lightweight and you can carry it anywhere. It comes with free power adapter, foot pedal, bobbins, actually bobbins with thread and bobbins with no thread. It also comes with needle. One is already attached and one is for a spare needle. You can use 4 pieces of AA batteries or electricity to power this one. Just make sure that the power button is turned off before putting the batteries or plugging the power adapter. This is where you will connect the jack for the power adapter. Another friendly reminder guys, make sure that the sewing machine is switched off and the adapter is unplugged when you are threading or changing the needle, and also when you're changing the bottom bobbin. Also, make sure that it is unplugged after each use to prevent any accident. This is a hand wheel. If you turn it towards you, you can see that the needle and the take-up lever goes up or down. This one here is called a bobbin winder pin. This is where you attach your bobbin when you are winding it. And this is where you put your spool of thread. Anyway, since this one is a very lightweight mini sewing machine, make sure that the spool of thread you are using is a small one only, so your sewing machine won't fall off. This one here is where you put your upper bobbin. When pulling the bobbin pin, make sure to do it carefully so that spring won't fall off. To put the bobbin, just insert that pin in the middle hole of that bobbin. This one here is the upper thread tension screw. This is where you tighten or loosen your thread. And this one here is the tension disc. When threading that sewing machine, make sure that your thread is inserted in the middle of that disc. This is a take-up lever. There is also another thread guide down there in the needle clamp. And this is the needle clamp screw. This is what you loosen or tighten when changing that needle. And as I said earlier, make sure that the power is switched off and unplugged when changing the needle. Then hold the needle before loosening the screw so it won't fall off anywhere. And this is the presser foot lifter. As you can see, if you lift the lever, the presser foot goes up. Then you can put your fabric in there and set your lever downward so the presser foot goes down as well. To thread this mini sewing machine, you can either use a spool of thread directly or use an upper bobbin. Then follow this thread guide and make sure that the thread is inserted in the middle of the tension disc, then down to that thread guide to the take-up lever, and then over there, and then on that small thread guide over there before the needle. And this one here is the blower bobbin case. Don't forget to put a bobbin with thread in there before start sewing. This is the power button. If the power is pressed down, it means it's turned on. And if it is raised like that, it means it's turned off. You can use this button if you want to sew automatically, or you can use a foot pedal to start sewing. If you want to use a foot pedal, make sure that the button is turned off. This is where you can plug the jack of your foot pedal. This button with L and H label is where you can change the speed of sewing, where L means low or you can sew slowly, and H means high or you can sew a little faster. Just keep in mind that this sewing machine is not a high-speed sewing machine, so even if you press high, it won't stitch really fast. Before you start sewing, make sure that your upper thread takes up the lower bobbin thread. And to do that, just turn your hand wheel towards you to lower your needle, and then while doing that, gently pull the upper thread and then continue turning your hand wheel until you get that lower bobbin thread. And make it a habit that before you start sewing, make sure that your upper and lower thread is put back there. And when everything is set, you can now switch on or plug your sewing machine to the main power supply. Happy sewing! Thank you for watching and I hope you learned something from me. Thank you! God bless!